Hello students, in the previous class we have seen the colligative properties. In colligative properties we have observed the relative lowering of vapor pressure. Now let us see elevation in boiling point. So what is elevation in boiling point? So before going to this, so what is boiling point? Let us discuss. What is the boiling point? In the previous class, in previous classes we have studied boiling point definition. So what is boiling point? So as we know that, as we have discussed about vapor pressure, so vapor pressure will be more in pure solvent compared to the solution. Why? Because when you are adding solute to this solvent, so then automatically what happens? It is going to decrease the vapor pressure. But here the boiling point is also dealing with the vapor pressure. Means what here? Whenever the vapor pressure of a liquid increases, then automatically temperature also increases, right? So now, basing upon the vapor pressure and temperature, we are going to speak about elevation in boiling point. So let us see what is boiling point. So the boiling point is nothing but what here? The boiling point of a liquid means what here? The vapor pressure means the temperature at which the vapor pressure of a liquid become equal to 1 atmospheric pressure. We call it as boiling point of the liquid. So what we can say here? The temperature at which the vapor pressure of a liquid becomes equal to 1 atmospheric pressure. This one we call it as what? This one we call it as boiling point of the liquid. So this is nothing but boiling point. So what we are saying here? The vapor pressure of a liquid will always be equal to the 1 atmospheric pressure. We call it as boiling point of the liquid. So let us take, I am taking it as certain temperature. So see here at 25 degrees, this is the temperature. So what I am saying here, at 25 degrees, we are having the pressure will be 20 mm of Hg. Okay. So I am assuming, okay, so this is not the perfect values. So I am considering, that's all, considering just simple values. Do you understand? So what I am taking here, at 25 degrees temperature, the vapor pressure is, we are getting here 20 mm of Hg. So like that, if I take here some 50 degrees centigrade, so then what happens here? Whenever I am increasing temperature, the vapor pressure should also increase, right? So here maybe for example here some 300 degrees centigrade, 300 mm of Hg, we are getting the vapor pressure. So like that, if I take here some 75, then we are getting here some 600 mm of Hg. Then coming to here 90 degrees centigrade, we are getting some 720 mm of Hg. And at 100 degrees I have got 760 mm of Hg. Okay, so now what happens? So I goes on increasing the temperature. So whenever the temperature is increasing, automatically what happening here? The vapor pressure is also increasing. So according to our definition, what I have told you, the temperature at which the vapor pressure of a liquid becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. We call it as what? Boiling point. So this is the boiling point. So at certain temperature, so this is 1 atmospheric pressure. This 1 atmospheric pressure is nothing but here what we are getting, 760 mm of Hg, we call it as 1 atmospheric pressure. So at particular temperature, the liquid, the vapor pressure of a liquid is becoming equal to 760 mm of Hg. So this one we call it as what here? Boiling point. So this is only for pure solvent. Means I have taken only water here. This temperature is for what here? Only for pure solvent. Okay, so for example, I have taken water. So for water only, when I have heated at 100 degrees centigrade, it is going to equal to the 760 mm of Hg. So if I add any solute to this solvent, means for example, I am taking NaCl. NaCl plus H2O. So means what? In a beaker, I am taking water and I am adding solute. So this is solute and this is solvent to the water. Okay. So here heating condition. So what happens here? Whenever you are adding here NaCl, so here I am mentioning NaCl. Okay. So here the salt is added to the water. So then what happens? Vapor pressure should decrease. So means what? At 25 degrees only, if you take vapor pressure, for example, it is getting 19 mm of Hg. For this it will get 299 mm of Hg. For this one some 598 mm of Hg. For this one we are getting 719 mm of Hg. For this one we are getting some 759 mm of Hg. So when we increase temperature, then automatically what happens? Here at 100 degrees we got the 760 mm. But to get the 760 mm, here we have to increase. For example, some 104 degrees you have been increased the temperature. Then if you have been got 760 mm of Hg. So means what happening here? Whenever you are increasing the temperature, here the vapor pressure of the solution is increasing, but compared to pure solvent and the solution, here what happened? You are adding this solute. So when you are adding solute, automatically the vapors will decrease. Okay. So means what? At temperature, the vapor pressure is decreasing. So now if you have been taken here, the difference between these two, so means 104 degrees centigrade minus 100 degrees centigrade. So we are going to get how much here? Some 4 degrees centigrade we are getting, right? So this is the difference. So if you have been observed, once again I am repeating, see, if you have been observed here, whenever you are increasing temperature, the pure solvent, the vapor pressure of the pure solvent is increasing, and also vapor pressure of the solution is also increasing. But compared to the pure solvent and vapor pressure, there is a decrease. Okay, so if you goes on increasing temperature, the vapor pressure of the solution is increasing. So by this what we can say here? We are finding the difference between the solvent, solution and solvent. So this temperature we call it as solution temperature, and this one we call it as solvent temperature. So the difference between these, we got here what here? 4 degrees centigrade. So this one indicates elevation in boiling point. I think you have been clear. So elevation in boiling point. So means what? What is the elevation in boiling point here? That only we are going to speak now here. Means here how much the vapor pressure of the solution and the solvent is elevating, means how much it is increasing. Okay, so by this we say that it is elevation in boiling points. So according to example I have spoken, so then definition, what is the definition we are going to get? The difference between the boiling point of a solvent and its solution, we call it as what here? Elevation in boiling point. Okay, so this is a definition. So now according to graph we can explain this one. So now let us consider in x-axis temperature, in y-axis vapor pressure. Okay, so this is the vapor pressure. So now what I'm saying here, as temperature increases, automatically the vapor pressure of the pure solvent increases. Now coming to here, I'm taking a solvent. So at 0 degrees also the pure solvent will show some vapor pressure. Okay, at 0 degrees also it will show some sort of vapor pressure. So then what happens here, at 0 degrees it is showing somewhere here, then here it is increasing like this. So at this, what I have told you, that it is equal to the atmospheric pressure. Okay, so this one we will say it as solvent, which is equals to 1 atmospheric pressure. So now coming to here, if you take, when you add solute to the solvent, okay, so when you add solute to the solvent, so then what happens, it is also, it at 0 degrees it will not show. Why? Because it will not show that much vapors. The decrease in vapors it is going to show when you add solute to the solvent. So then what happens, the boiling point increases. Okay, so means at here we got, let us take A, let us take B. So this is the solution, P1 vapor pressure, no, solution 1 I have taken. So now temperature, let us take T0. This one let us take T1. Okay, so what I have told you, the difference between these two, we call it as elevation in boiling point, which is denoted by delta TB. Okay, so elevation in boiling point. So here if you have been observed, so it is always, the vapor pressure of a solution is always less than the pure solvent we have spoken. So here if you have a solution has temperature higher than the, see here if you take temperature, the solution is having higher temperature compared to the boiling point of the pure solvent. Why? Because this pure solvent is equals to the atmospheric pressure. If you have been observed in the graph, this pure solvent is equal to what here, the pure solvent is always equal, the boiling point of pure solvent is always equals to 1 atmospheric pressure. But coming to here, the boiling point, the solution has a higher temperature compared to solvent. So why we know that? Why? Because due to its vapor pressure. So coming to here, the difference between this, so means by this what we can write here, delta TB is equals to T1 minus T0. So T1 is nothing but we have taken example here 104 degrees centigrade minus 100 degrees centigrade, you are getting some here 4 degrees centigrade. So means by this what we can say, delta TB is nothing but elevation in boiling point, we can say. Okay, so where T1 indicates what here, boiling point of the solution, and T0 indicates what here, boiling point of the pure solvent. So this is nothing but elevation in boiling point. So coming to here, as we are going to discuss, this is nothing but elevation in boiling point. So here you know the concentration, means if the concentration is increasing in the boiling point, means what here, what from this we can say, if the point of solution is proportional to lowering of vapor pressure, means if the vapor pressure is low, then automatically the solution will be also low. So means what, when you add solute to the solution solvent, means here the temperature is increasing and boiling point is increasing. See here, temperature is increasing, boiling point is increasing. So when you increase the solute, automatically what happens, the boiling point also will increase now. So by this what we can say, delta TB is directly proportional to M. Why we are saying delta TB is directly proportional to M is nothing but here, when you add on solute here, the temperature is also increasing. Why? Because whenever you are increasing concentration, automatically what happens, the temperature is going to increase. So by this what we can write, delta TB equals to KB into M, to remove the proportionality, where KB is nothing but here constant, this is molar elevation constant, we can say. Or we can say here ebullioscopic constant. So where M is nothing but here molar concentration of solute. Okay, concentration is nothing but what, number of moles of solute, how much we have taken in 1000 grams of solvent. Okay, so solute means what, by knowing their weight only we are going to calculate this one. So then what we are going to get, if M is 1, if this concentration is 1, then automatically what we are getting, delta TB is equals to KB. Okay, so by this what we can say, molar elevation constant is nothing but what, it depends upon the solvent what we are taking. So now coming to here, as we know the weight of this solute, molar concentration is nothing but what is the molality? So molality, what we can say, the number of moles of solute present per kg of the solvent, that one we call it as molality. So what we can say here, molality, the number of moles of solute present per kg of the solvent, we call it as molality. Okay, so now in this, how much solute we have added to this solvent, that one we have to find here. Okay, so now coming to here, what will be the formula you are going to get, which is indicated by M, then weight by gram molecular weight into 1000 by W in grams. So this is the formula, means like this also we can write, weight by gram molecular weight into 1000 by W. So according to elevation in boiling point, as we know, delta TB is equals to KB into M. So where M indicates what here? KB into weight by gram molecular weight into 1000 by capital W in grams. So now what we have to find here? Molecular weight of this solute. So we know the weight, how much we have taken, and the delta TB value by graph we are going to know, and this KB value which will be knowing about the latent heat of vaporization, and this W we have taken 1000 grams. So then what we are going to get, then what we have to find here? Gram molecular weight. So then you are going to get the gram molecular weight, which is denoted by M, is equals to 1000 grams by weight into KB by delta TB. So this is the thing we have to find from the molecular weight of the solute. So this is about completely elevation in boiling point. Okay, so to determine this elevation in boiling point, we are having one method, that is Quotel's method, not Quotel's, Quotel's method. To determine the elevation in boiling point, freezing point, we can use these methods. So what is the use of this method? So in this we are using one type of thermometer, that one indicates what means Beckman thermometer. Beckman's thermometer. So Beckman's thermometer, what it indicates? Beckman thermometer is nothing but here, if you are having minute, for example, if you are getting delta TB value, the difference between delta TB value, if you are getting 0.04, so how you calculate this value? This value is also calculated by Beckman's thermometer. Okay, so that is the thermometer we are going to use in Quotel's method. So here the apparatus we are going to get consist of, mainly for what we are using Quotel's method is nothing but here, to determine the elevation in boiling point of the solute. Okay, the molecular weight of the solute we have to calculate. Okay, by using this method we can calculate the molecular weight of the solute. So now let us see, this is the diagram we are having. Okay, so this one we call it as Beckman's thermometer, which is ended with some bubbles, holes. This one we call it as Rosen head, and here we are having a setup, that is here this is connected to a one side tube which is known as condenser. So condenser, we are having water condenser. So the one side it is attached to the tap water, other side we are going to leave in the sink. Okay, so now here this is the pure solvent we have taken. Okay, so this one we call it as solution, solute plus solvent we are having. Okay, so this is the boiling tube, this is the tube which is opened with one end. So this setup, this both ends we are having, no, this one is a Quotel's inverted funnel we can say, or we can say Quotel's device also. So now what happens in this method is nothing but here, so when you heating here some compound, okay, whenever you are heating some compound here, so there is inserted a condenser to this one. So the vapors, when you heat water, what happens? The vapors is going to come out, right? So in the same way, when you are heating this one, the vapors are going to come through the condenser. The vapors are coming through the condenser, and what happening? So here already we know that the known weight of the solvent is boiled in the tube. So by this what we can say here, the condenser means here we know the weight of the solvent. Why? Because it is going to boil. So the solvent is, whenever you are heating, the vapors is passing through the condenser and it is passing through the inverter chamber, and also it is touching the thermometer bulb. See here, as we know, whenever we are the known weight of this solvent we are having in the tube, boiling tube, whenever you boil, so the funnel with the stem, this is the stem which is branched at the top of 3 branches. Okay, so here it is the solvent, the vapors is touching the what here. When you heat the water, what happens when you place a plate on that? The vapors will touch the plate, right? So at the same time, the vapors is going to passing through this one and also thermometer bulb. As the solvent boils, what happens? The bubbles of vapor in the funnel, what happens? It is going to rise. Means the vapors and also the boiling liquid will going to touch this thermometer. Then what happens? The thermometer will rise and at certain temperature it will stop. For example, at 0.04 degrees it is going to stop. So means what? The temperature we have to note it. Okay, see here once again I am saying, whenever you are heating the solution, or this is the solution, solvent is already heated, the vapors which is coming, it will pass through the Crotels device which is touching the here thermometer. So this thermometer, what happens? The temperature increases automatically, at certain point it will stop. Then what happens? The constant temperature we are going to note down. Okay, so the weighed amount of the substance in the solvent and the boiling point of the solution is noted. Here the weighed, we know the solvent weight and also the boiling point of the solution we have to note, and the molecular weight of the solute easily can be determined by using this formula. Okay, so this is nothing but Crotels method. In the next class we can see the depression in freezing point. Okay, by knowing the weight and also by knowing the temperature, we can easily calculate what here? Molecular weight of the solute. So as we have seen in the diagram, the solution boiling point it is determining, and when you pass to the vapors of this solvent, the weight of the solvent already we have seen. So by knowing this all, easily we can calculate what here? Molecular weight of the solute. So this is nothing but elevation in boiling point. In the next class we can determine depression in freezing point. Thank you.